Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Salem. So glad you are here, whether in person in the sanctuary or online. And let's take a moment and twist our torsos to look to the back camera and wave good morning to our community online. We always have a regular group of people watching us every Sunday, so it's good to have that connection. I am Sara, Pickett, your homilist today. Well, Reverend Monica continues her recovery from her medical procedure. She's doing great. She only, that I'm aware of, responded to 2 emails this week when she shouldn't have. So that's good. That's good. And she's already looking forward to being back full-time this coming Thursday, which is fabulous. She's returning to the pulpit on June 14th, which is our Glitter Blessing Sunday, as well as our annual meeting, which is important to be here. We need a quorum of you lovely folks to be here so that we can do the business side of our spiritual community. Barbara Seven Bows is here as our celebrant today. Our UUCS choir is singing for us, directed by Grace Curran, and our accompanist is David Yakel. Annie Minden is having multiple roles today. Actually, she's not. She's just doing no, she is doing multiple roles. I am correct. She is our Lifelines lay minister. She is also reading the story for us today during Time for All Ages, as well as doing June birthdays, which is nice. Some of you, I myself have gotten a little cold this past couple of weeks. Some of you may have gotten a little cold. Unfortunately, it has been spread to Anna Talley. She is home with a headache, plotting extra math questions for her students, and so Lynn Cardiff is going to be with us today from membership to help us with the new membership ceremony. Jeff Minden is on AV deck. Doc Hadley made the slides for us as always. And of course, there are the many hosts and coffee service people that weekly help us create our service. We gather as a community of seekers, all of us carrying questions and searching for wisdom and inspiration to help us live lives of meaning. We gather to wonder at life's mysteries, express our gratitude of life's gifts, and grieve together during life's hardships. We gather to be of service, to give and receive care, and to help each other learn and grow. Today is the annual flower communion. As you came in, you saw a lovely chaotic bouquet. Actually, it's not that chaotic as it could be, but it's a lovely bouquet of flowers. And you hopefully either place a flower that you brought in with you, or you took one of the extra flowers that were there and put it in the bouquet. Soon we will see our masterpiece as it comes into the sanctuary, and we consecrate our symbolism of our connections through these flowers. May we all have taken our Claritin so that we may experience this joyous occasion. And now, take a good deep breath in and out, and know that you are here and nowhere else. Let us enter into a time of worship together. Please rise in body, voice, or spirit as we sing our gathering hymn number 76, For Flowers That Bloom About Our Feet.
1923, in Prague, in what is now known as the Czech Republic, Unitarian minister Norbert Čapek gave his congregation a task. On the first Sunday in June, they were to bring a flower or budding branch, anything they wanted, really. And so they did. Yellow daisies, red roses, pansies, lilies, pink dogwoods. He said to them, "These flowers are like ourselves, different colors and different shapes, sizes, each needing different kinds of care, but each beautiful, each important and special in its own way." May we remember our own beauty and gifts and recognize the beauty and gifts in others as we say the affirmation together. Or in your compassion is our way. Here we create a joyful home for free religious exploration. Build a community of caring fellowship. Nurture the hopes and serve the needs of our world. This time of year, perhaps more than any other, we see and feel the power of our sun. Without it, the greening of our world, the flowering and fruiting of all the plants would not happen, and we who are dependent on these gentle beings would wither away. Let these chalices remind us of the sacred power of our solar system and that we are its brief messengers. We light the first chalice for this congregation, the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Salem. We light our second chalice for our partner church in Šimanfalva, Transylvania. And we light our third chalice for our children and youth and religious education and around the world. Let us sing the, oh no, let us not sing yet.
I need my little.
Yes.
So, we light a remembrance memorial candle again this week. This week we do it in honor of David Gortner, who passed away May 26th. Lenny Martin and David Gortner were good members, strong members here at UUCS, and about 6 years ago, it seems 6 weeks, but it's 6 years ago, they moved down to California to be with David's daughter. They were involved with many things, and from Facebook posts, I'm becoming more aware of different aspects of UUCS that they were involved in. Besides being in the choir, they were all heavily involved with the worship team, both as celebrants, Lenny as a chair, and David as an AV person. We know that he will be missed and that our love and blessings are with Lenny and the family. Thank you. Now when we sing, shall I say now? Now let's please sing The Flames in the Flame.
Am I on? I am. Wonderful. Can I have everyone young or young at heart come down here with me, please? Good morning, you guys. How are you? Good. I'm good. It's June, which means that we have a new month and a new topic. We are talking this month about flourishing together. Does anyone know what flourishing is? It's a kind of weird word, isn't it? Any guesses? Should I see? Does somebody over here have something to say? No. No. Okay. I won't put him on the spot. So flourishing is kind of when we grow and when we improve and when we become a better version of ourselves. Other things can flourish too. What are some things that you guys think might grow or become beautiful and somehow change? Flowers! Very good. Do you guys see lots of flowers out today? Yeah, you do. Are there other things that might grow and become more beautiful or change? Puppies, kids, trees. Very good. Yeah, there's lots of things that can flourish. And of course, today is a very special Sunday, and we're talking about flowers, aren't we? And I have a story to read about flowers. First, what kind of flowers do you guys see around town? Roses. Roses. Any other flowers? Sunflowers. Daisies. Oh yeah, I heard cherry blossoms. There's lots of flowers. Some of them are on the ground and some of them are up in the trees, right? And they're all beautiful and they're all different. Anyway, let's read our story. It's called Isn't It Wonderful by Reverend Sara Lawal. Once upon a time, there was a tiny flower. She grew up and out of the ground in a small patch of dirt between the sidewalk and the street. She didn't know what she was because she didn't have any family around that looked like her. She was bright red with a tiny yellow stem growing out of her center. One day, just after she had fully bloomed, the wind kicked up, and as she was being blown around, she caught a glimpse of the area around her. It was amazing. She saw so many different flowers blooming. She gasped in wonder and awe. The wise old sunflower growing in the yard nearby leaned his big stalk over and said, "Isn't it wonderful that we get to be a part of all of this beauty?" Well, one Sunday morning, a young girl was on her way to church. Her family was rushing because they wanted to try to be early for once. Mom was carrying a bunch of flowers for their annual flower communion ritual, and Dad was wrangling her little brother who just wanted to bring all of his trains. The little girl was wandering down the sidewalk and stopped right in front of the beautiful red flower. She knelt down to look at it more closely and smelled it. Right then a breeze kicked up, and it was as if the flower turned right towards her. She knew right then that she had to bring the flower to church, so she plucked it up very gently and skipped to the car. Now this flower was overwhelmed by the adventure, seeing things it had never seen before, different trees and birds and cars and people, and so many geese. When the little girl arrived at church, she was excited. She could hardly sit still. She wiggled and jumped and tried to wait patiently for the moment meant for her flower, and it felt like it took forever to get there. You know, sometimes her minister talked a lot, and it was a little boring. But finally the moment came when they were invited to bring their flowers up to the altar, and she carefully and tenderly carried her flower forward and placed it in the vase. And she leaned in and whispered, "You're here to help us remember to make the world more beautiful." The flower thought about the tall sunflower from earlier in the day, and she thought to herself, "Isn't it wonderful to be a part of all of this beauty? Even among the gorgeous roses and the funny-looking milkweed and the carnations, she felt special. And at the same time, she knew that being part of this moment meant they were all special. And the little sidewalk flower straightened up and opened her petals as wide as she could. Now that spring has finally arrived in full force, It is not hard to notice flowers everywhere. And what is even more amazing is that every flower is different. Each has its own unique beauty and color and smell and look. Just like us, we are a lot like flowers. Each of us is different and unique, but each of us is beautiful, and each of us is necessary to make this beautiful world. So I want you guys to remember that you guys are all beautiful and different, just the way you are, okay? Now, I have some birthday cards, and oh, I know at least one of them's here today, so that's good. Is Ella here? No, Ella. Alex. Happy birthday, Alex. Rowan. I saw Rowan's dad, but I don't think I saw Rowan. Is she in the back? Okay. Okay, perfect. Locke. And I have an extra one, but I have this one I should probably announce, even though this one's one of mine, and she is at a birthday party, not hers. It's for Avery. If you guys see Avery, you should tell her happy birthday too. And then if there is another birthday, anyone have a June birthday? No. Okay, well remember, the first Sunday of the month, I will give you guys your birthday cards. Okay. Yeah, in February. Sounds good. February is a good month to have a birthday too. And in February, you can come and I'll get you a birthday card, okay? Okay, with that, let's go ahead and make the love arch.
We're deciding which one of us is going to use which mic. I'm okay, all right. So, hopefully some of the kids can stay and help in a minute. Looks like you can, so that's nice. That'll be great. So right now, we are going to take a moment and thank and welcome the 15 new members that have joined our community. As Barbara reads the list of names, we invite our new members who are here to come forward to the front of the sanctuary.
Yes, I will read your name, and please don't be shy. When I butcher it, correct me, all right? Because I didn't get to talk to you first. So, as you can see the names up there. Joe Airn, and if you're not here, you can't correct me, so there you go. Kat Andrews, Jean Bautista, yay. I think you'll be able to applaud later. Courtney Buys, yay. Gage Edvilson, Nathan Gaunt, yay. Suzanne Ingalls, Darlene Miller, Jeff Minden, are you able to come? So, okay. Yeah, he's doing work back there, but he may come up. Satya Riversong.
Annie, would you like to take
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. So Jeff Minden and Annie Minden are connected. Yeah.
Jeff, is it okay if Annie represents you?
Yeah, you come back. Megan Schendel. Is it Schendel or Schendel? Schendel, yes. Good. Bill Shearer. Oh, is there another name up there that isn't on my list? Oh, I'm sorry, Jody Savage. Look. Bill Shearer. I'm so sorry. Steve Toll, alas, and Spencer Wharton.
Becoming a member here is both simple and difficult. When people sign the book, they are saying that this is their spiritual home. Oh, nice, Jeff is here. That this community offers a place for celebration and solace, a place for service and for searching. The members and friends of this congregation join together to challenge and nurture one another in speaking honestly, in acting with compassion, in loving without prejudice, in living with integrity, and in responding to the demands of justice with courage and faith.
Thank you for being here and for signing the membership book. It takes courage to say yes, to trust a new community to take you in, to love you in your uniqueness, and to challenge you to become something more than you have ever been. Your gifts are a priceless addition to our religious home. Will you join in the life of this congregation, giving and receiving the gifts of this community? Thank you.
We also want to welcome all the new children that have been joining us in recent months. Your energy, questions, and curiosity are what carry the light of this congregation forward. May you find new friends here, and may you dream of a bright tomorrow.
Thank you for being here too. When people join this or any other congregation, what they are joining is a community of people, not a minister or a building, because you, the members and friends of this congregation, are already so generous, creative, diverse, interesting, friendly people. Others come and want to be part of this good thing, and no wonder.
Will you welcome these people into our congregation? Will you reach out to them in friendship, including them in our activities and fellowship? Will you be open to their unique gifts and perspectives? Will you extend a warm welcome to each of them, remembering that each one of us were a new member once? Will the members of the congregation please rise in body or spirit and read with me the welcome of new members found in your order of service? We welcome you into membership in the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Salem. Through your faith and your questions, we grow stronger as a congregation. Through your gifts and your energy, our possibilities multiply. Through the dreams that you cherish and your hope for a better world, our days become brighter and our vision renewed. Welcome. We are glad you are here.
Today, we honor the tradition of the flower communion, each of us bringing a flower and putting it into this communal bouquet, honoring the diversity and uniqueness we each bring to our beloved community. Here is a flower communion prayer by Reverend Norbert Chapek. In the name of Providence, which implants the seed, the future of the flower, and in our hearts, the longing for people to live in harmony. In the name of the highest, in whom we move and who makes the mother and father, the brother and sister, lover and loner what they are. In the name of sages and great religious leaders who sacrificed their lives to hasten the coming of the age of mutual respect. Let us renew our resolution, sincerely to be real brothers and sisters, regardless of any kind of bar which estranges us from one another. In this holy resolve, may we be strengthened, knowing that we are God's family, the one Spirit, the Spirit of love that unites us. In this holy resolve, we be strengthened knowing we are God's family. Spirit unites us and endeavor for a more perfect and more joyful life. Amen.
Good morning. I just wanted to really quickly say a little bit about this piece. We've been working on it quite hard these past couple weeks. It's words and music, both by our lovely pianist, David Nagel. We're really excited to have him and really excited to share this piece as a message to new members and existing members that this is just a welcoming place for everybody. And it's a community that we all share, and we're very excited to sing this for you. Thank you.
Sure.
Good morning. My name is Annie Minden. This is Deanna Yakel, and she is job shadowing me today because she is joining us on the Lifelines Lay Ministry team. This morning, let me start that again. Lifelines Lay Ministers are members of UUCS who are here to help in times of need. We can be identified by our lavender stoles and badges. You can reach out to us by visiting the Lifelines table in Hanneman Hall each Sunday after the service, or by using the contact information in the order of service. Each week when we gather for worship, we share the joys and sorrows of the members of this community. We know that joys shared are often magnified as we celebrate together, and sorrows shared may be lightened as we are reminded that we are not alone. As I read them, we'll light a candle to symbolize the truth that is shared and to remind us that of what we hold together, and that it brings us more light and understanding and compassion for all of us. Today we have 3 sorrows and 1 joy. First, for our joy, this one is by me. Students of American Ballet Academy will be performing Sleeping Beauty next weekend. The shows are at 7 p.m. on Saturday or 2 p.m. on Sunday at the Elsinore. Profits are donated to the Home Youth Resource Center. The kids' work is inspiring and their joy is contagious. I hope that you all can come and watch them perform. And then I have 3 sorrows. First, Tom Lansfield would appreciate contact and words of joy and love. Jean Logan would probably also appreciate it. From Eric, Tom Lansfield continues to decline. He was discharged from Salem Hospital yesterday and is recovering at home. And finally, from Jackie Klimowitz, my friend's daughter fell down the stairs while visiting a friend in North Carolina. She's in the ICU after multiple surgeries. And finally, we light 1 more candle to remind us of joys and sorrows carried in this community, which remain unspoken in our hearts.
For the centering practice today, we're going to do a body practice. We're going to grow and bloom. So I invite you to get comfortable. Feel your feet on the floor. You can do this either by standing or by sitting. And like flowers in a garden, we will each bring our own colors, shapes, and gifts. We will move freely to honor growth, beauty, and the love we share in this community. Feel your feet firmly planted like roots of a strong flower. Take a deep breath in and out, feeling the strength of the earth beneath you. Wiggle your toes, imagining roots stretching down into the soil. Repeat after me. We are grounded in love and connected to each other. We are grounded in love and connected to each other. Now slowly lift your arms up like a flower growing towards the sunlight. Stretching your fingers wide, imagining soaking up the warmth and light. Sway gently side to side like a flower in the breeze. Repeat after me. We grow by reaching towards light and love. We grow towards reaching towards light and love. Now open your arms wide as they float down, offering your bloom to the world. Imagine scattering seeds of kindness as you gently move your hands. Look around and smile at one another, a simple way of sharing your light. Repeat after me, like flowers, we give our beauty, love, and kindness to the world. Like flowers, we give our beauty, love, and kindness to the world. Now let your body just move a little freely, a little dance, a joyful shake. It says twirl around, but since most of us are seated, we're all twirling. Thank you, Megan. Imagine yourself as a blooming flower, fully open and radiant. Let this movement be an expression of joy, connection, and gratitude. Repeat after me. Together, we create a garden of love, beauty, freedom, and hope. Together, we create a garden of love, beauty, freedom, and hope. Blessed be.
We usually do this one as a round. We're just going to sing it straight through twice.
It wasn't there a day or two ago, but I had to believe my eyes. A deep purple with soft edges of yellow and green had bloomed in that space that was previously so bare. Lovely in its way, a sign of hope and good change. This isn't an iris, pansy, or violet I'm referring to, but the bruise on my body as a result of being bucked off of a horse onto the hard ground a couple of weeks ago. Ouch. Pain, physical or emotional, is familiar to each of us. And yet, we don't really know how another person's pain feels. Each of us copes differently. Even that ubiquitous question nurses ask about your pain level, 0 to 10, 10 being the highest, is not so straightforward. I didn't feel anything if I sat very still. But the second I even thought about moving, bam! Our differences extend into every area of our lives. How we dress, the color of our eyes, what foods we enjoy, what books we read, whether we're afraid of heights, how or whether we arrive at an understanding of the sacred. We come together here from many different traditions, from families, both broken and whole, with jobs and passions that are as diverse as the colors in the stained glass window. Yet each time I overcome my timidness to welcome a new person here, I am awed by their common humanity, their distinct way of sharing their story with me, a stranger who, with time, may become a friend, at least a fellow traveler. I started my reflection with a focus on pain, and as my body heals, and it is healing, I'm up here standing, it feels important to turn to joy and thanks to those who buoyed me up with their compassion, a quality that also has a kind of universality that can take on many distinct faces. Thank you for the encouragement. Pints of delicious strawberries, oven-baked bread, pie, and flowers. To me, compassion is a sacred act, both for the giver and the receiver. Perhaps the most important quality of compassion is that it must be between two or more beings. It cannot be done in solitude. Compassion breaks down the wall of loneliness, the source of so much suffering. I hope that each of us senses that special, sacred, holy, loving, compassionate, whatever you want to call it, feeling today. What happens when you gently give up your flower to a vase where dozens of others crowd it, no one orchestrating a particular outcome? What happens when many individual flowers commingle, when they lean on each other for support and create a blaze of color and texture? I see something of indescribable beauty. This seems a practice to live by.
Nice. Thank you, Barbara. So, when I was young, I was fascinated by carefully manicured, structured gardens, the ones frequently found in Europe and sometimes in the US. I loved how the bushes could be sculpted into animal shapes, mazes could be created, and carefully arranged flowers placed. I still enjoy viewing these at times. Right here in Salem, I frequently visit the Deepwood Estates and enjoy the handiwork of Elizabeth Lord and Edith Schreiber. They were the first women to own and operate a landscape architecture firm in the Pacific Northwest. Based here in Salem from 1923 to 1969, they designed over 250 residential and public gardens. One of the interesting things about Deepwood Estates, at least now, is that there's an area on the grounds that is not as manicured as the rest. The paths along the creek are maintained enough for people to walk on them. However, the foliage on each side of the paths are allowed to be slightly more chaotic growth patterns that we expect here in the Pacific Northwest. It is wonderful to be in both environments, and only the slight buzz of traffic in the background remind you that you are all still in a city. So here we are today, bringing our own examples of foliage into the communal space, and doing something that's called the Flower Communion. We do it annually on the first Sunday in June because the first time it was done was the first Sunday in June, June 4th, 1923. Because Unitarian Universalist congregations can independently choose how and when they run their liturgical year, not all congregations have it on the first Sunday in June, but it doesn't mean they don't do it. Many, if not all, take the time to pause and engage in a flower communion to remember the beauty and uniqueness of each other and how through being a community that supports one another, they flourish. In part because our faith is a covenantal one, it is for many a faith of choice. You are choosing to be here right now, not because you fear for the salvation of your soul, but rather you want to celebrate the sanctity of the human spirit itself. That all people possess a fundamental dignity that demands ultimate respect, independent of physical capabilities, societal status, or material worth. From the book, A Chosen Faith, by John Burens and Forest Church, Elizabeth Jones, a UU layperson, writes, "In every life, there are certain moments which partake of another, higher order of experience, particularly precious moments, which offer serenity, hope, and strength, and which allows us to return to the demand of daily life with renewed vitality and confidence. The growth of a spiritual dimension in each of us as individuals seems to result in a multiplication and a deepening of such moments, both in ourselves and in the world." When Reverend Chopik spontaneously thought of the idea of each person bringing a flower to service and then taking a flower home with them, he likely did not think the simple act would become a tradition, and a religion known for throwing away conventional traditions of prominent Christian denominations. However, this simple act of bringing a flower provided a strong visual image of the uniqueness of each flower, each person. That when placed together in a bouquet, the beauty of the whole is greater than the singularity of the one. And by taking a different flower home at the end of the service, each person is reminded of the vast diversity that makes a spiritual home vibrant. Philip Hewitt, Canadian Unitarian minister, states, "The bond of unity in a church is not a shared belief, but a shared worship. Worthship is an act of reverence for what is regarded as great or supreme worth. In the ultimate analysis, this is but another way of capturing the real meaning of love. What is of real worth to us? In the full sense, we cannot help but love. Love is reverence for life, to use Albert Schweitzer's phrase, and reverence is a mode of act of celebration, expressing our love for things of worth, those values by which and for which we live, in whatever picture language they may be symbolized. We flourish together because of the diversity of our thoughts, the unique gifts we bring forward, and much like the cross-pollination of a garden, which strengthens the garden as a whole, so too our willingness to be a living tradition, one that questions, tries new ideas, and then is willing to discern whether or not it works. The end result may look more like a field of wildflowers than a carefully manicured garden. Both have their place, but I wonder if the field of wildflowers is not somehow more resilient, more adapted to the ever-changing environment, and flourishes because of the seemingly chaotic approach of the wildflowers reseeding themselves and producing unique scenes of beauty. Let us end with a famous quote by Dr. Albert Schweitzer, member of the Church of the Larger Fellowship Unitarian Universalist. Sometimes our light goes out, but is blown into flame by an encounter with another human being. Each of us owes the deepest thanks to those who have rekindled this inner light. Bless you.
Sara. We support UUCS through our pledges, offerings, time, and connections with one another. We also support the Salem community through donations of non-perishable foods or checks to the Marion Polk Food Share. And maybe the little red wagon is going to come up. Here it comes. Greg, thank you. Our Share the Plate partner for the month of June is the Nellie Thompson Dorothy Patch Scholarship Fund. 50 years ago, in 1976, the Pauline Memorial AME Zion Church was nearly destroyed by arson. Because of this, Dorothy Patch, longtime school teacher and community activist, and Reverend Nellie Thompson, founder of the church, began to work together to find ways to change Salem's racial climate. These two pioneers in racial diversity have lifted a strong voice for racial justice and equality in Salem. Motivated by their courage and leadership, the Nellie Thompson Dorothy Patch Scholarship Fund was established in 1993 to help students of color in Salem achieve their dreams, specifically to cover expenses associated with college or trade school. Since 1995, the fund has assisted more than 250 students who have shown promise and resilience by overcoming adversity. Please express your generosity and support by placing your gift into the velvet bag. If you are contributing to your pledge, be sure to indicate that on your check or an envelope if you are using cash. If you prefer to give online, click on Donate. Your gift is received with much appreciation. Thank you.
We thank the moths that do the
it's just right. Well, please join me in saying the words for giving thanks. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action, we dedicate our many gifts, including these offerings. Well, we are at that place where Sara will take the light of our chalice and light the social justice lantern, representing the healing light of love that is within us all, to share today and the coming week. As we extinguish the chalices, let us remember this advice to live by from Reverend Norbert Chapek. Be loving towards people. Show kindness to others, and they'll show it to you.
This week I'm actually going to read what I wrote down so I don't forget anything. First off, so pretty soon these flowers will then move back to the foyer after you have your coffee service. As you are leaving for the day, be sure and take a flower with you. That's very important. Next Sunday is our glitter service to celebrate Pride Month, as has been mentioned. Also annual business day, where we review how the year has gone by, pass the budget, elect officers for the board, as well as elect the 3 standing committees that we now have: the Finance Committee, Chair of Finance Committee, Chair of the Shared Ministry Committee, and Chair of the Nominating and Talent Development Committee. All while munching on a yummy potato bar. Don't forget that. As I said, we do need a quorum in order to be able to do this. And if you are unsure whether you are eligible to vote or not, Craig Rowland is in the fellowship hall, and he can check your name for you. So that'd be great. If you want to check out what the budget is going to be looking like for 2026, please meet up with the Finance Committee today around 12-ish in the green room. Fabulous. Also, the Coordinating Council, which is the chairs of all the teams and committees, is meeting today. And I was asked to remind you all that it's picture day. So we get to go out into the little patio over here, and Gil, who I think I've seen, is there. There's Gil. Gil is going to take our lovely photos so that they can go up on the organizational chart that's on the wall here. So be sure, and Dell would appreciate if you did that. Also, the men's retreat is next weekend, but they promise to be back here by noon on the 14th to be at the meeting. Please see Bob Muir if you have any questions. The women's retreat is the following weekend, June 19th to 20th. Please see Jean Vestia or Meryl, which I'm not sure if Meryl's here today. Sorry. Where is Meryl? Meryl's been singing, obviously. You can tell how much I've been paying attention. She also has a lovely flower wreath on. And last but not least, the landscaping event is going to be next Saturday on the 13th from 9 to noon, if you can help with that. Many of the flowers, actually, in these bouquets, Barbara and I were very happy yesterday that many of the flowers came from Katie Cockrell, Adam's wife. Adam and Katie were working in the yard, and Katie was like, "Oh, I like to arrange flowers. Can I help do this?" And she did a beautiful job. So she doesn't know it, but next year she's going to be asked to organize this for us. Just letting you know. All right, I think that's it. Thank you.
At this point, to draw everything into a circle, we need the procession of flowers out. And for that, we need some young people. I don't know, where did they go? Or maybe some hosts, or maybe Greg. Because I have the consecration of the flowers. The consecration. Oh, there we go. There we go. Don't go too fast, because I need to read this. And this again is by Reverend Chapek. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask thy blessings on these thy messengers of fellowship and love, the flowers. May they remind us amid diversities of knowledge and of gifts to be one in desire and affections and devotion of thy holy will. May they also remind us of the value of comradeship, of doing and sharing alike. May we cherish friendship as one of thy most precious gifts. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to do thy work in this world. Amen.
Closing hymn today is from our online virtual hymnal. Reverend Monica had picked this out a couple weeks ago, so I'm sad she's not going to be here to hear it. But we do have the lyrics for you today, not the actual notation. So the choir is going to lead you guys in, and then whenever you feel comfortable, just join on in. It's very repetitive, so I believe you will get it by at least the 5th verse. Join me in saying our closing words, and if you'd want to touch anybody in a comfortable way, do so.
May faith in the Spirit of life, hope for the community of earth, and love for the sacred in one another be ours now and in all the days to come. Blessed be.
Thanks.
Andrew, good job. Good job, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks again so much for coming. We have fun song.
I know. It's like it sounds. He made a token. Like right before. We were both on, but not that. But both of our dads were token, and then they both.
It's just like, you know what? It's like yeah, the names are right, but like, it's strange.
Well, we'll see what this is.
Yeah, no, all of the outside.